it's sort of the original game. If you think it's the precursor to lawn tennis, squash and what have you. So it combines all elements of those games, where there are walls surrounding like squash, but then you have a net in the middle, so you're playing against each other as in lawn tennis. You know, if you're interested in trying something completely different, this is it. It's a difficult game to play at the beginning, but once you get into it, once you understand the rules and what's happening, it becomes much more interesting. The balls are handmade here. Each court in the world, really, they have someone who's making the balls. And if you look at them, there's about 60 stitches in every ball. So it's a very labour-intensive job.
So why do you have to make them and can you not just buy them like normal tennis balls?
No, they've tried. There's not from the commercial aspect, there's not enough work for a factory to do it. So you have so yes, everyone has to do them individually. So it's not like a factory is going to make millions, because there's not the demand for it. So that's the inside of a ball, and that one's quite an old one. It's been used a lot, and you see how much smaller it is than the inside of a brand new one. Not terribly round, but what we do is we use new technology called a hammer, and we bash it until it gets as round as possible. And then you wrap it with this felt, then stitch it until you have a brand new ball. And you can see the stitches and the ridges where you have to pull the stitches through. You know, a tennis stringing machine can cost up to £10,000, and because of the numbers that we do, it's not worth paying that amount of money for them. So it's just as good doing it by hand. And I mean, threading it through like this is just the same as you would in which is really the time-consuming part. So we reckon it'll take maybe 5 or 10 minutes longer to do these by hand than it would if you were using a machine. You know, I think our target market is often the retiring squash players. So the people have got to a certain point and fitness becomes a major issue, or lack of fitness as you get older. And this is a great game to come to and then be able to improve rather than going downhill.